Zap strength.
Bro, this stuff's so long, my whole PC don't want to load it, because if we go down far enough, it just gives up. It's like, bro, it's too much text. So hey, my brothers and sisters, it's your boy Zach, and welcome back to some more Wuthering Waves. Today we have Fleur-de-Lis / Cartethyia entire kit. And let me tell you, this thing is long, because if I just keep on scrolling and talking for a little bit, you can see that this goes on for quite a while. So, yeah, it's a lot, bro. At this point, bro, I just want Spark Notes. And like, I like how they did it for like half of it, I believe. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for like half of it they did it, but then the other half they was like, yeah, we're just gonna use the text. I wish half of this entire thing was just the images as well with the summarized versions, but it is what it is. It's just a lot. But yeah, here's the materials. You can't really farm these because they're in the new areas, so you can get this side of things. So yeah, you can kind of pre-farm, kind of, sort of. All right, so starting out with the normal attacks. So basic attack C, deal arrow damage and inflict arrow erosion on the target, summon sword 1. So having the arrow erosion on the normal attack string is really nice. Heavy attack C, deal arrow damage and summon shadow sword 1. This instance of damage is considered basic attack damage. And then mid-air attack C, deal arrow damage and recall all swords. This instance of damage is considered arrow erosion damage. And then the dodge counter is just arrow damage. So, as we saw in the original showcasing of the character, yeah, you can summon the swords, and then after that, you can do the air attack to suck them up and deal extra damage. So that's cool. You get the last sword from the resonance skill down here, which deals arrow damage and inflicts arrow erosion on the target. Summon sword 3. This is considered basic attack damage. So we know what we're going to be aiming for when getting stats. Anyways, the Resistance Liberation turns her into Fleur-de-Lis. At the cost of half her health, transform into Fleur-de-Lis, enter the Manifest, during which certain attacks immediately trigger arrow erosion damage. And I say half because I've read this once last night. In the longer version, it tells you it's half her health. And then Manifest, when in Manifest, Fleur-de-Lis gains the following effects corresponding to the different types of swords recalled. Shadow Sword 1, certain attacks propagate the highest stack of arrow erosion on the targets to hit all nearby targets. So pretty much just takes the enemy who has the highest arrow erosion and then applies it to every other enemy within a certain range of that enemy. Shadow Sword 2, the damage interval of arrow erosion is reduced and the arrow erosion damage taken by the target is amplified, so they take more ticks faster. Shadow Sword 3, certain attacks stagnate the enemy, gain increased resistance to interruption. So, yeah. And then the finisher restores health and deals massive amounts of damage because it gives you the health bag that you use to go into the state, and then hits them with big sword slash that cuts across the world. Also, after you use the alt once, you can actually go back and forth between Cartethyia and Fleur-de-Lis within a 12-second time period, I believe, because you get all these effects during Manifest. Once Manifest ends, you lose these benefits. But if you go back to Cartethyia, it actually puts the Manifest timer on hold until you go back into Fleur-de-Lis, so that's nice. The Forte Circuit, transforming into Fleur-de-Lis and unlock new moves. When a Manifest, Cartethyia is able to freely transform between herself and Fleur-de-Lis. Like I just said, as Fleur-de-Lis, attacks restore Forte Gauge. When Forte Gauge is full, Resistance Liberation finisher is available. So yeah, as you deal damage as Fleur-de-Lis, it builds up the Forte Gauge so you can hit him with big sword slash. And the intro skill. Deal arrow damage and inflict arrow erosion on the target. Summon Shadow Sword 1. And then just go also deals arrow damage. Outro skill, arrow damage dealt by other active resonators in the team to targets with negative statuses is amplified. So yeah, Chikona will do even bigger damage because of her. But also they do have some benefits for arrow rover as well, but that's in the longer portions down here. It's really far at the bottom. The Heron skill, a heart's truest wish. The healing received by all resonators other than Cartethyia / Fleur-de-Lis is increased by 20%. And the resistance to this interruption is enhanced. So the healing received by all other resonators other than Cartethyia / Fleur-de-Lis in the team is increased by 20%, and their resistance to interruption is enhanced. If Arrow Rover is in the team, Rover additionally restores 25 wind song upon casting a Mega Storm. So it really does just want you to use Chikona, Fleur-de-Lis, and Arrow Rover. It's kind of being shoved in your face. The Outer Skill specifically, arrow damage dealt by active resonators in the team other than the Cartethyia / Fleur-de-Lis to targets with negative status effects is increased by 17.5% for 20 seconds. And the last Heron skill, targets with 1 to 3 stacks of arrow erosion take 30% more damage from Cartethyia and Fleur-de-Lis. Targets with more than 3 stacks of arrow erosion additionally take 10% more from Cartethyia and Fleur-de-Lis for each stack of arrow erosion that they have up to 3 stacks. But yeah, no, it's just a lot here to read that going over all of it, I just can't be bothered. I think we went over the most important things, right? Apart from this, let me switch over real quick. So here is the weapon, Defier's Thorn, and yeah, it gives health. So guess what, baby? She scales off health, and that means my Cartethyia is gonna be the strongest thing possible because all I can roll in this damn game is health stat. It's so kooky, strange, and weird how such a pivotal character who's releasing in a very important patch, who's also a key story figure, seems to be scaling off health. I feel like I've played this game before. That's just a joke, by the way. So for the skill of the sword, max health is increased by 12%. 15 seconds after casting enter skill or basic attack, ignore 8% of the target's defense when dealing damage. If the target has at least one stack of arrow erosion, target's damage taken is amplified by 20%. So yeah, that's a pretty crazy weapon. And yeah, I'm more than likely gonna go for it. So we'll see if we end up going for Lupa or not. No idea. More so because again, if I can get Manifest lasted longer with a dupe, I might actually go for dupes for once in my life, and I never do that. But I might try her out first to see, you know, if I can get everything whenever in those 12 seconds. But it's also weird because they said you can stay as fleur-de-lis indefinitely, but I don't see that anywhere. Unless I missed it, I can go back. Hold on. No, it doesn't really specify. So yeah, no, that's the entire thing. I'm curious about how this will be edited because it's just a lot. But yeah, no, I hope you enjoy the video. Like and subscribe, that good stuff. It's just these walls of text are killing me, brother. They really are. But yeah, love you guys. See you next one, and bye-bye.